What's going on? Just gonna speak on the word paranoia. You know what I'm saying? Paranoia, okay? What is paranoia? You know what I'm saying? When is a person stepping into the zone of paranoia? Or where is the lack of what some people would call paranoia actually a bad thing? Okay? Alright, paranoia is like you're running around, scared basically for no reason. You're scared and there's nothing to be scared of. That is a form of paranoia. Or when you just don't trust nothing and you don't do no investigation to even see if your paranoia is justified. There's another level of paranoia, okay? Okay? Like, here's another thing, alright? Motherfuckers that are there's another form of paranoia where it's like, all right, you know you're a wanted fugitive and you are being super cautious, overly cautious because you have a guilty conscience. That's another form of paranoia. Okay? There's also real paranoia, like where, look, like you got death threats and people are threatening you and now you're kind of freaked out. You know what I'm saying? You're a little on edge. You're a little nervous because you're afraid. You don't know if it's coming, when it's coming, if it is coming, or if it's all just bullshit to freak you out. You know what I'm saying? That's perfectly understandable. That is so understandable, dude. I mean, especially coming from me, have been in those shoes many times over. You know what I'm saying? In many different cases of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I could admit there's been times where I just had a bad feeling. Nothing ever ended up happening, but look, I had a bad feeling, so I was being kind of paranoid, but at the same time, kept me out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? And that is a good thing. That is a great thing. Okay, anyone who questions what they think they know, I think there's hope there. Okay, because when anyone requires your blind subservience and obedience, blind, okay, subservience and obedience with no reward. You know what I'm saying? Now that is that's another term for slavery, okay? And you know that's just not right. That's against human freedom. Even I think people who wish to enslave others, they lost their humanity. There's something else. This whole cabal, this whole power structure that goes throughout history, I mean, it's there. The evidence is there. You can't deny it. You can go ahead and deny it if you want. And you could call me paranoid, but you're full of shit. And hey, I to some extent, I'm right. But, alright, if a person, is out, they're toting around a gun because they're tough, you know what I'm saying, and they don't care, they're looking for trouble, you know what I'm saying, that person might lack any sort of paranoia, but they might have something opposite, this death wish complex, you know what I'm saying, and the I don't give a F complex. You know what I'm saying? People they get like that out here. I mean, those are the real people you should watch out for. I mean, you shouldn't be paranoid about it, but you should recognize it when you see it. You're like, all right, man, that's a Doc Holliday right there, man. He's looking for his Ringo. So look, I'm gonna just go ahead and peace out. All like blase, everything's cool. But I'm gonna keep my distance because look, I don't need to be around people like that. You could say that's paranoia, or you could call that self-preservation. It depends on where you sit and how you judge this conversation right here. And if you judge it truly, or if you judge it with a veil, a dark veil, so you can only dimly see the whole situation that I'm talking about here. And a lot of people have dimmed everyone's veil. You know what I'm saying? It's like people see life through this this colored glass, this darkly colored glass, and they don't want to pull the glass away so they can truly see things for what they are. And then and paranoia is a neurolinguistics programming term. So you could say, look, all right, say I know I want to discredit this person before they get a chance to influence you with some with some tidbits of information, okay? So you're gonna say, hey, that person's paranoid. All like you're trying to look out in advance for your friend or whatnot, or you're manipulate. You know what I'm saying? The person you are manipulating. You know what I'm saying? You are manipulating. Oh shoot. Anyway, these are just scenarios. I live these scenarios. I go through these scenarios. Like when I sense hostilities coming from someone, it's almost safe to assume, previous to this situation you're in now, that you're recognizing these unmerited hostilities. You can almost be certain they have did just that. They've on the low dropped some information to someone else about you to influence them in the future of how they perceive the things you say. They try to make you paranoid about someone else when there's really no reason there. This person could give they couldn't give a F less about you. You know what I'm saying? Nor your opinion. But it's funny to catch people in their little connivings. You know what I'm saying? And that will make you paranoid if you let that affect you too much. I'm becoming an adept at this. I have to not absorb some of these negative monkey wrenches and banana peels that they leave as booby traps out here in the social networkings. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to family, these are the worst. Because when it comes down to the end, they're going to say, I'm sorry. And then you got to forgive them for this shit they should have just never done in the first place. Yet, but yet, since they're family, you still have this, alright, you have to overlook it. But yet, you also had to endure the painfulness of betrayal. That is the type of stuff that makes people cautious. Because look, what I see as caution, other people will call paranoia. But I'll also call, that's you're being you're taking chances with your life, though, when you never use caution nor suspicion. Because if someone does something suspicious, I'm going to take a note of it. That doesn't mean I'm going to act on it, but I'm going to be on watch, on guard. I'm going to be expecting. If I see more indicators that there's something going down, believe me, I'm going to make maneuvers to get out of the way of that train that's coming. It's like this karate guy. I hate when people say, "Oh man, you out there doing your karate?" Because no, I don't. I'm not doing karate, but I can still understand karate and use it in analogies, right? The karate guy says, if a train's coming at you, what are you gonna do? Are you going to try to fight the train? Are you gonna kick the train? Are you gonna try to block the train? Are you gonna try to stop the train? No. You just simply step out of the way, and then the train goes right by you. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about. That is not paranoia. That is called doing what must be done. You know what I'm saying? And not making a big stink about it. Just stepping out of the way. You know what I'm saying? It's better to step out of the way and, than try to, sometimes, listen, you can't stop a train. I don't give it. None of us are Superman. It's best just to, and then, after, you have your close calls with these trains, right? These train wrecks, you start avoiding train tracks. You're like, wait a second, you're trying to tie me up on the train tracks and then dip out. No, let's stay away from the train tracks. I don't even want to have to, I'm not going to put myself in a position to even have to step out of the way.